Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I'm your host, Fred Schultz, and I got a great show for you guys tonight. Take my word for it. I have got some of the coolest people on. Absolutely love it. Tonight is actually kind of ladies' night, okay? And, there's a lot of ladies out there in paintball. I have tons of respect for them, and they're starting to take over really, really good. And I am very, very glad for that. The ladies and the young guns are two big things that we definitely like pushing an awful lot because I think everybody should be involved in paintball. I think paintball is for everybody. So the more we push it that way, the more it's going to happen that way. And I got to first of all, I got to say hi to Paul Farrell. Paul's the first one up. He is the first guy that chimes in every week. Yeah, there he is. So Paul, I can't tell you how much I thank you. You and Ryan Courtney and Stephen Snow, you guys are the greatest. And I got a bunch of Facebook users. Tony Diaz. What's going on, Tony? So glad you're checking in tonight, my friend. Tonight I got some great people on. I've got the ladies in paintball. I'm going to have B. Young Paxson. She will be checking in a little while with us. I have Bond Girl. Bond Girl. I got to tell you, I had her on last week. This week, I can hear her. It's so cool. And then I've got a lady that I am so happy to have on, and I am so very happy that I met Jessica Cortez out of Hawaii. Got to be rough there. Got to be rough in Hawaii, I guess. Some people just going to have to do it. That's just how it is. And then I've got obviously Bill Bailey. He hasn't checked in yet, but he'll check in a little while. And then I've got my buddy, everybody knows, Mr. Bud Orr. Bud's going to be on tonight with the ladies. So I'm really looking forward to this. I got a few things to mention before we pull everybody out here because I'm kind of excited to have I love listening to how people got started in paintball. Now I've got two brand new ones tonight, man, with Bond Chick and Jessica. They're going to tell us how they got started in paintball. It's pretty cool. Bud and I know how we got started. It was years ago. I think our first markers are made of wood. But it is what it is. So anyhow, we are going to give a couple shout outs here real quick. Next week, I am going to have on Eugene Lazos. Now he has Behind the Mask podcast. So I haven't got to meet Eugene yet. I'm looking very much forward to that. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I talked to him for a little bit, and I think it's going to be fun. And then the week after that, on the 13th, I am having Patrick McGoey on, and I had him and his partner Tim on Kordek before. They have the podcast Frontline, very very good podcast. I had them guys on, and it was just a joy talking to them. And they're going to be back on again in the next couple of weeks. So it's a couple of y'all for you to be looking forward to. It should be pretty cool. And I got Mark Gong watching here tonight. I mentioned the two Gong boys along with my shout outs because I've known these little guys and they're getting bigger and bigger, So that just means you're getting older, Mark. I guess I'm getting older too. That kind of sucks. Well, that hurt. But anyhow, I'm going to look past that now. Mark's watching tonight. Very, very cool. Good friend of mine. And I got to go up in the Young Guns. We're working on a new team called the North Bay Young Guns. And Scott McDonald is doing a thing. So if you get on Flagpole, you're going to see we're having a raffle for them. Jump on Flagpole Productions, and you'll see the site that you can jump to. Some of the prizes, and we're still gathering up prizes. This is going to be a pretty good raffle. And what it's doing is it's helping the team get jerseys and helping them go to cup and everything like that. And we did it for, Mark Gong and the Hermans, which obviously is one of my favorite young gun teams. It's probably not my favorite young gun teams. I love them all, but the Hermans are kind of special to me because Mark and his sons are kind of special. And talk about ladies in paintball. His wife Lily, she's terrific in paintball. Got Lily. There's a lot of good women, that I hope to have on in the future here. Lily Gong, she's great. Lori Wilcox, another great lady for paintball that's been around for a long time. Terry Ruddig, another great lady in paintball. Terry Schloss, Kathy Orr. we're blessed with some women in paintball, and it's time that we start giving them a little publicity. Let's start showing them how much we actually care and how important they really are to our sport. They really, really are. And I'm proud to have these. I'm proud to talk about them too. I really, really am. So remember, get on Flagpole Productions and check out the Young Guns raffle. It's going to have a lot of cool stuff. Going to probably have the spin here as soon as they sell all the spots. So you guys want to go ahead and check that out, okay? And then I have to say a happy birthday to, and this guy's in my shout outs because he's been my sponsor. Hang on. It's been my sponsor for 32 years. Started with Air America and now Immortal Air. Today is Dan Colby's birthday. And Danny, I love you, brother. And I just want to wish you an extremely happy birthday and have a good one. I'm sure you and Mary are out to dinner someplace. Of course, I'm sure Mary's paying for it. But anyhow, it's I just want to wish you a happy birthday. You mean the world to me. You know that. Absolutely. And then I got to say hi to, well, actually, let me just talk about this first of all. I'm going to give the shout outs in just a minute, but we have the WCPL coming up in October, and I just learned that Bonchik is actually going to be there. So now I'm really excited. I get to talk to her. Last week, I got to mime with her. We did little hand signals because her mic wasn't working. And, but now I get to talk to her tonight live, and then I get to meet her in just a few weeks. So I'm pretty excited about that. I cannot actually wait for that. That is so cool. And Dan, if you can hear me, buddy, you got all kinds of people giving you a happy birthday here. So let me give my shout outs real quick. I start out each week with Mr. Tim Schloss. Tim Schloss had Tiger Stripe camouflage back in the day, and the new Tiger Stripe's coming out. And I tell you what's going to be cool about the new Tiger Stripe. It's not just going to be the original Tiger Stripe colors. We're going to start doing different colors. Same pattern, but some speedball colors and stuff like that too. I'm pumped about it. I talked to Tim about it, and I get off the phone, man. I feel like I just drank a gallon of Mountain Dew. I'm all jacked up. So I'm very, very, very happy to announce that we're going to have some pretty cool Tiger Stripe coming out. Same pattern, different colors, and the original colors also. It's very, very cool. And besides that, Tim has the last WCPL tournament, the Gateway Paintball tournament, and it's in St. Louis in October. So you're going to absolutely love seeing that. And then Dan and John Colby, they have Immortal Air. I just wish Dan a very happy birthday. I've been sponsored by these guys for 32 years. Long, long, long time. So I absolutely love them. And then the next guy I mention every week, he's going to be on my show tonight. He knows I love him. He's done so much for paintball. I'd have to stay on air for the next month constantly to tell you about all the things that this guy has done for the sport of paintball. But Budor, he is. Well, you'll get to hear him tonight. Hey, all you have to say is Budor's name, and just a gazillion things run through my mind. And I'm sure everybody that watches the show and hears the name, they know Bud. He's a terrific person. So, and then I got to say hi to Mr. Tom K. Tom K had Airgun Designs back in the day. Tom K was my second marker sponsor for a lot of years with the Automag. Still love the Automag. Love the Autococker. I mean, these were the two best markers out there. And Dennis Tipman, he had the best, the best rental marker you could ever want. It was one of the toughest markers I've ever seen. It's just incredible. Then I got to say hi to Rain and Juby Boucher. They had Paintball News back in the day. You could go out to your field 2 times a month and pick up this paper. It had what just happened, what was going to happen, where all the fields were, what was new. It was just like the Bible of paintball. Absolutely love it. And these were 2 great people, and they worked very, very hard for a lot of years for paintball. Then Randy Camilla had APG back in the day. Randy Camilla gave me my very first cover shot. Just a great guy. And Connor Mayer Bryant is watching us from way down under. We got Connor from Australia checking in. Right on, Connor. The Southern Belle Bonchik. Oh, Connor, I know why you're watching tonight. Oh, you're going to hit on Bonchik. Oh my goodness. That's cool. Bring my ratings up. I like it. And then I got to say hi to Jerry Braun. Jerry Braun had Paintball Sport magazine back in the day. Now he has Paintball Sport Field in Newburgh, New York. We got to play out there. Bud and I got to play there with the band a few months ago. Great field, great time, great guy. Love it. Then I got to say hi to Mr. Ross Alexander. Ross Alexander at Line SI. He was my very first marker sponsor. I actually still have the very first pump marker I played in my very first big tournament, national tournament, when it was still 15 men. So Mr. Ross Alexander, great guy. Jim Lively. Jim Lively had the Masters back in the day. 2 tournaments he wanted to do back in the day. One was Jerry Braun's World Cup. The other was the Masters. It was like a family reunion. When these 2 tournaments would be coming up, man, I a month out, I'd be so excited because I knew when I was going to go there, I would just meet absolutely everybody. It was so cool. Absolutely loved it. Then I got to say hi to Gino. Gino from Velkin. Gino does a lot for paintball. I'm pretty blessed. I get to know these guys behind the scenes. Not just talk about them or read about them. I get to see what they do and hear what they do all the time. And Gino does an awful lot for paintball behind the scenes. One of them was helping out for Tracy Perez. We had a raffle for her and a fundraiser, and it went great. And I just heard that Tracy's back in ICU again. So, Tracy watches us every week. I just want you to know, Tracy, we love you, and we just want you to get better. So, all our prayers out to Tracy Perez. Absolutely great, great lady. And then, without a doubt, every week I've got to mention the 2 Gong kids. Now, I mentioned Lily. Lily Gong is a terrific, terrific person. She keeps Mark in line. Now, guys, if you know Mark, that's like a full-time job. Okay. I've known Mark for a long time. Lily's tough. She can take care of Mark. But they had 2 great, great kids. And when I say great players, I'm not kidding. Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong. These kids will rock your boat. They are unbelievable. And the young guns absolutely love the young guns and work very, very hard for them and think a lot of them. And remember, like I said, jump on Flagpole Productions and check out the raffle that's coming up with Scott McDonald for the young North Bay young guns. All right. Appreciate everybody hanging in there with me for that. I love you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to bring out some people. I'm going to start with my buddy from, way, way back. Everybody welcome, please, Mr. Bud Orr. What's going on, Bud?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing
Glad
good,
to
man.
Be on the show. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, come on, you know that shit. Anytime, buddy. We got a couple of real good ladies on, real good paintball ladies on here tonight. You know that?
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
Believe me, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, we had one of them on last week, but all we got was this, so.
Well, it's sign language. She was good at it.
It was, yeah. Oh, she was very good at it, yeah. Until you clicked her off, it was great. And I got to say hello to Kenny Stewart too. Kenny Stewart has a paintball museum, and he's just about got it together. He just about got his house together because he moved from, I believe, Kentucky up to Michigan. So he's just getting it together, and he's got a heck of a setup. Kenny, appreciate so much you watching us tonight, buddy. You're one of the good ones for sure.
Yeah, so,
he is. Isn't he a great guy? Oh, I love the guy. Absolutely. Yeah. Bud, I got to tell you, we have so many good friends. My God, I tell people I'm not blessed for who I am, but who I get to know. I mean, we know the best of the best.
Oh, believe me. Well, we spent 30-something years at it, so, and no,
that'd be kind of hard because
you can't ask for any better friends.
That'd be kind of tough, buddy. I'm only 29. So,
yeah, well, you was in diapers when I met you. No,
yeah,
I was in diapers when I met you.
Oh, man! I was just about to send you a check for saying that. Now you come back the other way. Oh,
yeah. Well, it's still fun.
It is. Yeah, I just love the people we get to know, and I love the young guns coming up, and I love making the ladies more popular. I think I just think that the more involved the sport gets with the ladies and the young guns and everything, the bigger our sport's going to grow, and the more respect we're going to get for people. But I believe for people that don't play paintball, actually see the kids playing and the ladies playing, I think it's actually draws more people into the sport.
The more mothers that I've run across a lot of mothers that used to bring their kids to the field, and then they started playing. And then the husband played, but then he ended up getting a divorce because Mama liked it more than he did. So I don't know what's about that, but man, there's some killer women players out there. I'm telling you, I've run across some great ones. Yeah,
absolutely.
And we got 2 awesome ones coming on.
Oh, we do actually 3. One of them, I'll tell you, B's going to be on in a little while, but she's singing a national anthem for some kind of a show that's going on there tonight, but she'll be checking in a little while. And I want to say hi real quick to Jody Mahoney. We had her on a few weeks ago. She's the yoga girl, and I see her. I see her. Yeah, you were on, bud.
Oh yeah, love her. She's great.
It was absolutely terrific. Yeah. Hey, the only problem was it took my wife probably an hour and a half to get me untied, but I did give it a shot. So but you know what? She was great, and she's another good one for paintball too. And I see her popping up on the internet all the time now with different stretches and things for the kids to do when they go out there and play. So I think it's great.
She's a great person for learning how not to stress muscles.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, she is so awesome. She is. She really is. Listen to her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Stretching is everything. It is. We got Jeff Thompson too. Jeff Thompson up in Canada watching us right now. Jeff, terrific guy. Got to play with us in New York. Jeff Thompson, and Martin came down. What?
Great players. Great players.
Yeah, darn good players. But off the field, I rank a lot of what I think of a person off the field. Like I always say, you can be the best player in the world on the field, but if you come off acting like a jerk, you're not helping our sport at all. Because if there's somebody there watching and they're thinking about playing paintball and you come off, you're swearing and this guy's a cheater. They're just gonna go home. They're gonna forget about paintball. And Jeff Thompson, guys like that, they come off win, lose, or draw. The attitude is always great. And, that's, to me, is a big thing about the 2 Mark Gong's kids. They are win, lose, or draw. They come off, they have the perfect attitude. It's unbelievable. It's just a tribute to Mark and Lily. It really, really is. So anyhow, without further ado, what do you say we drag out? Now, the only bad part about bringing these ladies out, but it's going to make us look bad, but I got to do it. Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that look okay?
Yeah, you do. I was going to magic marker the whole front of my head, but I only had enough to do half, and I figured it looked dumb. So anyhow, without further ado, everybody, I'm going to start. Let me bring out a lady that I've wanted to meet for a long, long time. And I actually got to see her last week, and I think she said 6 words before her mic cut out. Please, everybody, welcome Bon Chick.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great, and we appreciate so much you coming on tonight. I really, Bud and I have looked forward to having you on here. So this is really, really cool.
This is
I love it.
My pleasure and my honor. Thank you so very much.
Oh, and now
you're just as gorgeous as you was last week.
Thanks, Bud. I appreciate that. Oh, you're talking to her. Okay, all right, I got it.
You had me.
It's all about you, Fred. It's all about you.
And I'm going to bring on somebody that I actually just met last week. And I did a little research on her this week, and she comes 2 thumbs up from everybody. So please, I want everybody to welcome from Hawaii. Please, everybody, welcome Jessica Cortez. How are you this evening, Jess?
Good. I'm very good. I'm really nervous. And you guys just talked me all up, and I got all red, and my cheeks hurt.
So
cool.
Great seeing you.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't be nervous. You'll
be fine.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can't see it, but my knees are shaking like Don Knotts. So,
That's
everything's
Fred
cool,
Schultz.
Hey, Jessica, hold my hand, Jessica. Go ahead, hold my hand. Come on, get it up there, hold my hand. Okay. There you go.
That a girl, right on. Well, I'm going to jump over to Bonchick in just a minute. But Jess, I would like to know how you got started in paintball, because there's always got to be a starting for everybody. It's not like you just materialize. Something had to bring you into it. Something had to be in your mind that you just had to try this. Go ahead. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. So, I think it was either 2012 or 2013 was the first time I actually got to play paintball. But one of my best friends, Warren Solario, he runs Maui Paintball with Clint Hansen. And so he knew that my husband, Mark, that he played in the past in college. And we talked about it before, and he's like, you should bring him out and play. And I was like, I don't know what paintball is all about. I had no idea. And I'm like, well, it definitely sounds like something that we could do together. And we were actually new to Maui, like maybe 2 years or 3 years in, maybe 4 years, I think 4 years. So we didn't really know much about what was here. We moved from Oahu, the other island where I'm originally born and raised. So coming over here, I didn't know what to do with myself. And I was like, give us something to do together. I figured we'd try it. And, I've been a big girl all my life. And I was really athletic back in when I was a teenager, play basketball and softball. And when I got out there and I could manage to get kills out there, I was all riled up. I was like, I could do this. I didn't know I could keep up or really enjoy it. And I was hooked. I like took a spill. I got up, took 3 kills. And I think that was where it sealed it. And I was like hooked. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to play every chance we got. And, it's just been amazing.
Very contagious.
And I met another girlfriend of mine that was actually a coworker of my husband's, and she was playing with the girls team that started out, and was Valkyries, and they invited me to join them and practice in the field, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really great, getting to play with girls just like me, and stuck around and practice with them and everything, but I never really got a chance to participate in any tournaments. I was too afraid when they did it the first time, but I kind of took a break and just played, rec ball for a few weeks. And then I think once our speedball went up, which was in 2015, I think that was where I was locked and loaded, because the boys are like playing out there, and I was like, I want to try, but I was afraid because, like I said, I'm a big girl. I've been a big girl for all of my life. I was like, I'm gonna get chopped up. I watched some guys get chopped up many times.
So you played tournaments then, huh?
No, I mean, I do now.
Yeah,
I actually have my own team. So, I mean, B invited me in 2018 to actually play with her and the Destiny Army. I wasn't very comfortable with myself out there, and I was like, I don't think I'm ready. Let me try again next time. And then she, like a month or 2 later, we talked again, and she's like, how about we get your own team started? And then that's where I started building my own team. And I just happened to meet a bunch of people that I played with all the time, every single week. And I said, guess what? B. Paxson invited me to build a team, and are you guys game for it? So first we were thinking about building it with the girls, and then they all had their other halves. Of course, we all had our other halves. I didn't want to leave them out. So I said, let's just do it co-ed, and we'll build it and start training together, and eventually start competing. And our first event was a 3-man, and we didn't do so bad, but definitely wasn't the results we were hoping for. But ever since then, I just kept going, and over the years.
So you guys So you have your team right now. You have your team in Hawaii right now, then, right?
Yeah,
How many guys? How many guys? Wow, sorry about that. How many
it's actually more
people?
guys.
How many people are on your team right now? Out
Right
there in
now.
Hawaii now.
Right now, like active players, we've got about 10, maybe 12.
Oh, wow. So you got enough to practice against
That's
each other
12.
then.
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
yeah. So every
very,
weekend
very
we
cool.
got about 12 of us to come out. And for me, I think the drive came from realizing that I could keep up with the boys.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I was going to give them a run for their money.
yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what I like. That's what I like about paintball, Jess, is, you don't have to be small. You can be anything. You can be short. You can be tall. You can just anything.
Yeah.
Anybody can play paintball.
Exactly.
Period. That's why I love woods ball. Because I'm not fast anymore, and we've talked them into making the bunkers higher. That's right, huh, bud? and so, anyhow, I absolutely, that's what I love about paintball. Anybody can do it, and once you do it, you're hooked. Period. It's for you to go play and then not enjoy it. I don't know. It's to me, it's just an absolute adrenaline rush, and I absolutely love it. So,
Yeah.
Bonchik, real quick, I have seen you in so many pictures. I have followed you for like 2 years. I was the guy behind you. No, I followed you for like 2 years, and
No,
you got
you
some.
was behind me. You was
Yeah,
behind me.
yeah. Well, when Bud and I play on the same team, and what I call Bud is my moving bunker, so I stay behind him. When Bud goes out, I drop to my knees and start crying. But anyhow, but Bonchek, I have followed you. You've got some terrific pictures out there. I've seen some pictures of you in action that are, I mean, they're magazine worthy. They are absolutely cool. And I waited a long time to talk to you. I got to talk to you
Me
for,
too.
I don't know what, 8 seconds, 9 seconds last week, and then everything went south. But please tell our viewers, because I know you are very big in paintball. Please tell our viewers how you got started in paintball, would you?
Yeah.
It was 2008. My youngest son was about 13 or 14 years old, had gone to, at the time, Oklahoma D-Day, which was the world's largest game, and gone for a week, came back, and he was the typical teenager, don't do what your mom says, I do what I want, play my video games. He came back from D-Day wanting to know how he could help around the house. Could he take out the trash? Could he clean the room? Could he help with laundry? And this kid's like 13, 14 years old. What did they do to my son? So at the time, they didn't have Facebook, or Facebook wasn't as popular as it is now. They only had the D-Day forums. So I got on the D-Day forums to see who these people were and what they had done to my child. And the family environment on the forums sucked me in. And it absolutely was phenomenal. My then husband had taken my son to D-Day, and he asked me to help do some recruiting at a local field in Alabama, Bear Claw, which is now closed, unfortunately. So I go, I get dressed up, and we go do some recruiting and met so many wonderful people. And at the time, the plan wasn't to play. It was just to be like a paintball mom. And when I realized how few people were there, women, it was surprising. Why aren't there more women? And so I decided to create the first all-female team at Oklahoma D-Day. And we called ourselves the Valkyries.
Yeah.
And
That is so ironic.
isn't it
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah. That's
So
awesome.
the problem that I faced was in woods ball, there weren't a lot of women. And I mean, there were no women. There might have been 2 or 3. They didn't want women in paintball. And an email went out saying that I was bad for morale and they wanted me and my Valkyries out of the game. And I was ready to quit. Bill Bailey was my German field marshal. And Peggy, who was the registrations person for D-Day, said, why don't you go allied? So I went allied. And for every one man that didn't want women in paintball, there were 100 who did. And I had a huge box of Valkyrie t-shirts that I was just trying to get rid of because I was going to get out of the sport. And my favorite memory to this day is all these men running around that field in these black and pink Valkyrie t-shirts as an in your face to those guys that didn't want us there. The ironic thing is, fast forward all these years, the guys that didn't want us there, they barely play anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you got to admit though, like I was talking about earlier, the more women and the more exposure the women get in the sport itself, the more it brings people in.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't just bring in more women, it brings in the kids and it brings in men too.
Yes, it does.
It absolutely does, because you're getting a lot of guys too that look at it and go, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. And then all of a sudden they see you ladies out there just kicking butt. They're going, if they can do it, I can do it. Period. Am I right, Bud?
You're 100%. The ladies out there today, I used to write articles for APG of the unsung heroes in paintball, and that's the women. I mean, how many, like Bob Long's wife, she ran the team.
Phyllis.
I mean, that's it. My wife ran me. She told me what's good and bad. I mean, without my women, or the women in paintball, and my women's, you guys, and it's just a lost sport. But I mean, you guys are getting in it. I am so happy. I mean, the more the merrier. Get on, drag them in, show them that they can whip a guy's ass any day they want. So I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
Well, you remember my team back in the day.
I've said my speech. I love you guys.
We love you.
You did good. You did good, man. I'm afraid to talk now. You did so well. Anyhow, you remember?
Well, I met.
Huh?
I met B. Young when she was in diapers. I mean, what the hell?
All of them were, yeah. Her husband, her husband, Mike Paxson, he played on the Ironman out here. In Constant Pursuit, I had Constant Pursuit back in the day. That was my team that I put together, and we played professional for a lot of years. And and we used to practice. The Ironmen, all of us lived together out here, so we used to practice and swap players all the time, man. It was just incredible. So I knew Mike way before she married him.
Well,
what's that?
I met Mike, and I met him when he shut my ass up really bad one day. So I mean, we had a talk. And he won. Great guy. Absolutely.
He's a terrific guy. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he's one of my favorites.
You look at Constant Pursuit, my team back in the day. There was not a lot of teams that had women on it. I had two women on my team back in the day. And the reason they were on it is not because they were ladies, it's because they kicked butt. I mean, they played extremely good. You came and tried out for Constant Pursuit. I didn't care what color you wore. I didn't care how tall you were, how short you were. It did not matter. If you played hard, you had a great attitude, you were on my team, period. Cut and dry. And
it's like Jessica Sparks, great player. The only thing I didn't like about her, she's a crotch shooter. That's it in a nutshell. Oh my God!
Yeah,
I'd get hit. I'd say, "Jessica, is that you?" She said, "Oh yeah, that's me."
That's because she was short, but you were tall. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason for everything.
That explains it.
Yeah, there you go. Matter of fact, I just texted with Jessica about a week and a half ago too. So we're talking about getting her out to get her on my show, but she's in a moving process right now. So I don't know if everybody out there knows Jessica Sparks, but she's an attorney. She actually played with Constant Pursuit a couple times. I played against her many times. she worked extremely hard, like Jerry Braun did back in the day, to make things legal for paintball, because the headwinds for paintball when Bud and I started were incredible. I mean, you had to be there. It was just incredible. For every one person that liked you, there was 1,000 people that thought you were a warmonger. It was
Yeah.
extremely tough road to hoe. And Jessica was one. Jessica and Jerry Braun, they were two attorneys, and they jumped in all the time, and they did an
You
awful
know,
lot.
Jessica didn't just do local stuff. We used to fly her to
Yep.
town hall meetings
Yep.
to support paintball. I mean, all over the United States.
Wow.
You know?
That's awesome.
So,
Yep,
absolutely
she's,
neat lady.
Yep.
So,
If I
We
had
kept-
my choice, I would just do that. Fly me all over the place.
There you go.
Paintball.
Hey, yeah, you know, I'll tell you something. You know,
I'll be
it-
your pod girl.
yeah, it sounds great, but when I was doing it, I had a kid come up to me one time and he go, "Oh man," he says, "I wish I could do what you do." And I said, "You know," I says, "I'm on an airplane half my life. I spend
Oh,
3 weeks out of a month in motels. I eat restaurant food every day." I says, "I hardly ever see my family unless I take them with me." And he's like, "Oh, that sounds so cool." So, you know,
Sounds cool.
until you live it, you really don't understand a lot of it. You know, it's fun, it's great, but when it becomes a job after a while too, it really does. To me,
it
the one thing,
it was really tough in the early days about
oh
keeping
man,
paintball going because there's so many people against it. There were
oh
just
yeah,
horrible.
the first thing you'd say is, they go, "What do you do?" I go, "Because that's all, I was a professional paintball player." I go, "I play paintball." They go, "Oh, ping pong." I go,
Paintball, yeah.
no.
They still say that today.
I know
Yeah.
they do,
Yeah.
but we heard it a
Crazy.
lot back then. It was crazy, man. We got
I
Mark
still
Gong
do
talking
ping
about
pong.
if you could wear skinny leggings, you were on the team. Yeah, you know, I did the show at MGM Disney. I don't know if you two know that, but I did a show years ago on New York Street at MGM Disney for ESPN, and Mark Gong was one of the guys I took down there to represent us on the show, and we all we all had Adidas sponsored us, so they sent us tights to wear. Okay, we all had like bicycle pants. They were long leg bicycle pants, and I got it was hilarious, especially Tom K. Tom K had Airgun Designs. He was one of the guys I brought down there too, and every time you turned around, he was doing the Men in Tights song, doing the can and stuff like that. It was absolutely hilarious.
Well,
You know.
I have a message for Mark. I watched that video,
Oh, did you?
and you definitely failed, Mark.
You
That
know
was
what? What Bon Chick is talking about, you know, I love Mark
I
Gong.
want to see the
I love
video.
his whole family. But Mark went through the alley when we were making a push on the other team, which was all my sponsors on that team. The other team was my sponsors. So anyhow, Mark goes running through the alley, and it looked like he tripped. And he had Dennis Tipman's marker, and Dennis's gun falls, and it slid about 25 feet. Mark gets back up, runs and picks it up, and starts shooting again. It's a great scene. But for all these years, it's gone both ways. Some people go, he slipped, and some people go, he tripped. Now, I was always in the tripped category, but Mark was always in the planned slip category.
I would have said you.
Oh,
failed
yeah, here we go.
style,
Here we go.
Thanks to Buzz Lightyear.
And everybody, that is a picture of Mark and his lovely wife, Lily. Just an absolutely terrific couple. And you know, you guys all know I love the Young Guns. You guys know I love the Hermans, and I like the new North Bay Young Guns that are coming up right now. I'm going to ask you, Jessica, real quick. Is there a lot of younger kids now? When I talk younger kids, I'm talking like maybe from 8 to 16. Is there a lot of younger kids in Hawaii that are coming up that are doing that now?
Yeah. Actually, for Maui, we had a summer camp for I mean, I don't remember how many years, but before COVID, it was every single year we had like a couple of week sessions each, and we would teach them the fundamentals, and then we'd have them use what they what they learned in woods ball, and then they would go and they would use that on the speedball field, and eventually, some of those kids would come back after they finish their summer camp, or they invite their buddies, and then they keep on coming back after that. But since COVID, it's been a little bit different. We didn't have the summer camp, but I think everyone was bored out of their minds, so they actually made it to the field, and we saw a lot more kids come out from then on.
Well,
But
what's cool, Jessica, is you take the time to go teach them. And because if you take the time and you teach these kids, like Mark and Michael Beard's another one. Michael Beard, both these guys played on Constant Pursuit back in the day too, and these guys both have stepped up with the young guns like you can't even believe. They
Yes.
are they're not only two terrific guys, they work very hard at building the sport of paintball with the young guns. And Jessica, when you see these out there, and like you were just saying, you showed them how to do this and how to do that and stuff like that. It teaches them the right way to get them and keep them excited in the sport. Because if somebody goes out there and you just get the heck shot out of you and you don't have any fun because nobody's taught you how to do anything, you're just a target for the day. You're not going to come back.
After that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the when things started to open up again, we started seeing more kids come out, and for me, I've always had a soft spot for kids, and especially for the lady ballers, because I'm like one of the few that actually play on a regular basis, but we have seen a ton of kids come out, and I spend time with a lot of the younger ones. I don't have my own kids, so it's fun to see the kids on the field get excited about it, and I love doing it. I love teaching them. So, I'm probably one of the few that will, put the time into it. I just felt like it was something that we needed here, to put the time into the kids.
Not just there, everywhere. And my hat's off to you doing that too. And Neb Nilla is that's not his real name. I know his real name, but I won't say it on the air. But he's up in Canada, and the Jeff Thompson started the drinking thing, and it was last week when we were doing the show, and we had Bonchik on, and every time that she would try to say something, they go, "Well, let's take a drink." So they were going to start a drinking game. So that's why I had to put that up. That's what that's all about.
Very funny, Ben.
Yeah, you know who he is, huh?
Oh yeah.
So yeah. You in your area now. You were talking about the young kids too. Now, when you see the young guys out there, you go give them a hand and try to steer them in the right direction, right, Bonchik?
Actually, not in my area per se. Paintball isn't that alive and well in Nashville. It's just a rental field. There's a great field in Shelbyville called the Farm, where Destiny, Tennessee plays and practices. But I would love to give a shameless plug out to someone who is making a huge difference in the world of paintball and children's paintball. A guy named Desi Johnson. He lives in Orlando, and he is at Battlefield Orlando Paintball Field. And he has a team, an incredible kids team called the Swamp Monkeys. And he was recently the Blue General for Super Game Maryland, and he's going to be the Blue General for the Fulda Gap game in November, 4 through 6. If you get a chance to go to Fulda, man, please play with Desi, because he's got an energy like I haven't seen in a long time. And the way he and Jeb, his counterpart, work those kids and teach those kids and talk to them and treat them, it's phenomenal.
Well, you know what? Maybe you could have him friend me, and maybe we could put him on a show sometime and maybe help him out. Maybe
Absolutely.
Not just grow his business, but grow the amount of young young guns,
You will love him.
Yeah, and guys, it's like anybody, when you make somebody feel good about themselves, they will pass that along 90% of the time, And
Exactly.
these young kids, if you make them feel good about what they're doing and support them, and that's where Mark Gong and Michael Beard come in. These guys, they support these kids so much. I get to see it, and I got to tell you, it just it awes me, and I can't even tell you how proud I am to have both these guys. They were both on Constant Pursuit, and then they went to the Ironman and so on and so forth, and now they go do this. It just extremely proud of these guys. But that's what you need to do. Everybody out there, that when you see the young guns out there, do like these two ladies do. Go give them a hand, give them give them a little praise, give them a little advice. Because both Jessica and Bonchick,
Hope you
you
don't
guys,
get shot by him. Come on, I'm playing with him in
You
March,
gotta make buddies with them.
and there's all these kids at this big scenario game in March, and I'm going, what, with kids? Like, we're gonna play this game with kids? Okay,
It's like a
dude,
bunch of-
I'm struggling to keep up.
oh hey, you
Give
should
them
see
praise.
you should see the Gong kids play, and oh my God, they're unbelievable. And little Graylin McDonald, he's a kid out here. He is just incredible. And I mean, Nico Podesta is just, I don't know how old he is. He must be 10 or 11. This kid is just a phenomenal player. Him and Mark Gong Jr., these guys will rock your boat. I mean, and they're only like this tall too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're out there just tearing it
Talk
up.
about your crotch shots, Mr. Orr.
I wasn't talking about that. Bud was. But
I
anyhow,
said Mr. Orr.
Yeah, blame it on me.
yeah, it's funny. It must have made an impression on you. An impression. Forget it.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. So I just love the young guns. But Bonchick, if you have him get a hold of me, I would be happy to talk to him and
Sure.
maybe get him on the show sometime, especially if he's working with the youngsters.
Absolutely.
Because that's one thing I want to keep pushing big time. Is that somebody else here? I don't know who this is, but is that who you're talking about right there?
That's the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Desi Johnson. Yep. He does
Yeah.
a lot for the young guns. He and his
Yeah.
wife
See,
both.
that's the problem. Half, probably 80% of the people that I see in the comments are Facebook user because they don't sign in right. So I
Right.
can see it on my phone.
To do that too.
Yeah, but
I was
I-
like, hey,
it
it's
just-
me, and like, nope, nobody can see
I
it.
know. A lot of them, because when Bud would watch, and I would see somebody go, "Hi, Bud," but all I would see is
Yeah,
Facebook.
I'm
user.
like,
Same way with Dan Colby, it's the same thing. Everybody be going, "Hey, Dan, what's up?" And then I know he's watching. And then he called me the next day, going, "Hey, Freddie, I don't know how to get my name on there." So it's yeah, that's Danny, huh?
I
Gotta
figured
love
it
him.
out before, but I
I
don't
will
know. I
not.
can't remember. I'll do it tonight, just so I'm ready for the next.
Jesse, I have a question for you.
Sure.
What do I have to do to get your jersey?
Oh,
Do
A
what?
jersey. One of them.
done. I'll make sure it happens. Yeah.
Thank
You're
you.
gonna come to Florida, right? and not go to Florida, right? No, I'm just kidding.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. I'm
We'll
just
have my people call your people. Okay.
yeah. No, we can make that happen. Let's do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody, this is my wife Sharon. Whoops, that's the top half of her. You
Hold
gotta bend
her
down.
back. I can't
Grab a
see
chair.
her.
I'll ever get a chair. Yeah,
And-
these,
I didn't know she had camera shy.
oh, she's real camera shy. Her and Kathy both are. You know that. I get her on at Christmas time, and that's about it. So here's a earpiece for you. Anyway, everybody, this is my wife Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
That's Don Chick, and that's Jessica.
Bye.
Our youngest daughter's named Jessica. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
My
He's a terror.
sister-in-law's name is Jessica. I grew
What's
up
that?
with two. I said my sister-in-law's name is Jessica, and I grew up with two best friends named Jessica in elementary.
I
Yeah,
love the name. You know, that's
and no
cut
one
and
You
even
can
dry.
used
use,
the
it's one of
Hawaiian
those
name.
names you can use on a boy or a
I
girl.
should.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Jess or Jessica.
I get
Yes.
Jessie. My mom calls me
Yep.
Jessie.
Yes.
Uh,
Sharon,
Go ahead.
That's me.
thank you so much for supporting him through all the years of him going and doing and getting paintball to where it is now. Because if you
Wow.
weren't there giving him the support that he needed, we wouldn't be here trying to do what we're doing. So it's because of the women in paintball helping the women in paintball. So thank you so very much. If I ever got the opportunity to meet you, I wanted to say that in person, but
Wow,
I can't.
Oh,
Bonchik.
thank you
So
very
thank
You
much.
know,
you.
Thank you.
Bonchik, you're
Be
going to get to
quiet.
meet her.
Be quiet. We're not done.
Yeah,
Sharon.
you're going to get to meet her in October.
Oh, wonderful. Fantastic.
She's going to Tim's.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
I look forward to seeing
love
you.
it. Yeah.
So thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
We
You're
appreciate
Wow,
you.
that was very nice of you to say that. You know, she's been listening to me for like 2 years too. Yes, here, Mark Gong just said that. Now, Mark, I said that on my show last week. You're stealing
That
my
is
lines.
exactly what I
Yeah.
was going to say.
Yep.
Yeah, you're stealing my
We should
lines.
have my husband come over here and read that real quick.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
but you know, it's the truth too, because you know, Sherry got to travel. She traveled all over the world with me, but
Oh, yeah.
there was many times that she didn't. You know, I remember when I did the show at MGM. I flew in. I got in at midnight, and back then they always had a chauffeur pick me up. So the chauffeur would go pick Sherry up, and then come and pick me up at the airport. Okay. So she picks me up at the airport. I got in at midnight flight. I get in at midnight, and she goes, MGM wants you back down there in the morning for photos. You got a 6:10 flight. So the chauffeur brought me home. I was home. I took a shower. I was home for a couple hours. I was chauffeur
Wow.
picked me back up. I was back on a plane going back there. So that's how our life was back then. It was extremely hectic, and
Fun.
yeah, and she would travel a lot with me, but a lot of times she just didn't go. She couldn't go. So because you know we had the family here, and I had my mom living with us, which helped a lot because she would watch the girls when we would go. But it got to be extremely tough, and you know that too, huh, Bud?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Kids get to a certain age, you can't leave them very long.
Yeah, and so the
You know-
traveling, and also, go ahead, Bud.
You know what's great nowadays is all the women are going with us. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you'll get to meet my my better half, and
Good deal.
yeah, oh
Well,
she's
can't-
Oh, you-
incredible.
You're gonna love her. Kathy's a good guy. As a matter of fact, you know, and she's tough too because she's hung with him all these years. You know,
Oh yeah,
so
shit,
yeah.
She,
Same
she
with
whipped
this
my
one, yeah.
butt so much. You know.
Well, you know what's going to happen is when we're in St. Louis, you know, one thing we do, the band has got just terrific ladies. We absolutely love our ladies, and they kind of get together and they go do their thing, and we get together obviously and go play paintball. So when you're there, Bonchik, we are going to be extremely happy to have you hang with us, and you know,
Yes,
go out to
yes.
dinners and stuff with us because we go out to special dinners and we hang together. So I want to definitely invite you to come and hang with us. I think you
Consider
will
me hanging.
absolutely love it.
I would love it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you'll like it. These women are great. You probably meet them and probably won't talk to us no more. But
Well,
Thank you
that's
very
the way it goes. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you'll come
Yeah,
back
it
with
is.
a different aspect on women. You know, a different look.
yeah, there you
So,
go. Yeah, you know,
they're-
it's like the guys.
They're great.
You know, some we win, some we lose, some get rained out. You know, it is what it is.
It is.
Yeah, I love that. You know, I'm gonna adopt that.
Yeah, I got it on the
That's good.
t-shirts. No,
Okay. Can I copy it?
absolutely, it's yours, my friend. It's
Oh.
yours.
All right.
So, Bud, we have a new gun coming out.
And what?
Do you have a new gun coming out, a new marker?
Hey, we're not supposed to talk about that yet.
Oh no, we're not.
I mean, I don't know anything.
Oh yeah, and you just
I
Now,
don't,
now you
I
got
don't
me
either.
question.
You
I
know?
want to know.
It's not working. I
Let's
can't
just
hear you.
escape
I'm not.
to the
I'm
green
muted.
room real
go
quick.
back to this.
Oh,
Where's the flashy light thingy?
I know, right? Oops.
What did Bud
I-
say?
I-
Push the red button.
Yeah,
Push the
push
red
the
Drink, everybody, drink.
I got to tell
Yeah.
you, bud, that red button thing's gonna live forever.
oh yeah.
Red
Push the red button.
button.
God, that was so funny. Oh, that was
Oh,
hilarious.
shit.
But anyhow, yeah, I've been talking to Bud about doing a 40-year anniversary autococker.
cool.
So I've been bugging the heck out of him. We'll see what happens. You know, sometimes he listens to me, sometimes he hangs up. You never know.
Oh, I always listen to you, big brother, little brother.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking to you today. Next thing you're snoring.
Yeah.
I got to
Well,
call
no, I
Kathy on
was
the other
always
phone to
in
go
the
wake you up.
I heard part of it. Yeah.
He's like, I thought it was a lullaby. It was just a
Yeah.
dream.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
You know, you two ladies have been a pleasure tonight to have on my show.
It's been amazing.
I can't even begin enough to thank you two. Jessica, I am so very, very happy to have met you. And Bonchik, finally. I have
Finally,
followed
Fred.
you for
I mean,
2
this is the
years.
first time I get to see
know?
her too, so I'm very happy that this moment came
Right?
together.
Finally.
Yeah.
Well, Jessica, this isn't the last time you're going to be on this show. This is the first time you're going to be on this show.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, I'm honored. I really am.
Yeah, when I have somebody on the show that I think is good for paintball, and I think is entertaining, and I absolutely enjoy talking to, they come back. Take my word for it.
Aw.
And you have passed all of those tonight, Jess.
Are you
My
guys' husbands very big?
Say again?
Is
Come
your
over and
husband's
say
very big?
My
You know?
husband, no, he's tiny.
Oh,
Come
okay.
here.
Then I can give you a big hug.
No husband.
I get a big hug from you.
Then you get a bigger hug.
I'm a hugger. You know.
Oh, awesome. I am too.
You have no idea.
I am thrilled. Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
This
Oh,
is my
no,
mark.
no.
How you doing, man?
There it is. All right.
Slide in there. How are you?
Oh, great. How about you? How you doing? You got a
This
great
is
wife.
my hubby Mark.
Yeah, you got a good wife, man. If I'd have known that he was here, we would have dragged him out
Oh,
earlier.
he was in the other room. He was
Yeah.
trying to get me quiet so it didn't cause any trouble.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm Fred. This is Bud
Yeah,
Orr.
great-
This is
great
Bonchik.
meeting
This is
you.
my wife Sharon.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Yeah.
He's
So,
really
Jessica,
shy. Yeah.
I am going to let you be the first because I have just about run through my hour here. I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody. But I want to, right up front, I want to thank you so much for coming on my show tonight. And I would like to give you an invitation, if you would, to come back on my show again sometime.
Oh, anytime. Anytime.
So I'm going to let you say goodbye to
I
everybody.
appreciate you.
Yeah, keep in touch, Jessica.
I
Keep in
will.
touch.
Thank you so much. Love you
Yeah.
guys.
Love you.
My pleasure. All right, bye-bye now. All right, everybody, it was Jessica Cortez all the way from Hawaii. She did a great job, didn't she?
She did, absolutely.
Oh, and she goes at the beginning, I'm nervous. She knocked it out of the park.
No.
Ah, she knocked it out of the park over there. She did a great job. Bonchik, you're next. Sweetie, I want to tell you, I am very happy that I got to talk to you.
Me too. It
I
has been
mean,
such a
Two
pleasure.
of us.
the 8 seconds we had last week just didn't do it for me. So I am so glad that everything worked out.
Me
And
too.
Bud's still talking to you that way. I'm glad. I thought you were having a stroke. Okay.
I'm
Bonchik,
having a stroke because she's so beautiful.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You are such a schmoozer. I love it. Write that down for me. No.
You owe me
Bonchik,
you owe me a hug. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all of them. Definitely.
Oh yeah,
Please.
well,
Okay.
she's gonna be she's gonna be there in October, man. Your
Oh,
shoulder's gonna be
please.
sore from
I'll
all
be
the
hanging
hugs.
onto your arm, Mr. Orr. Absolutely.
Bud, not Mr. Orr. I'm Bud.
You've got it, bud.
I
Are you
love
bringing
it.
Kathy with you?
You bet it,
Yeah,
sweetie.
bring it,
Ah.
Cat.
I'm gonna
Here we
say-
go. Facebook user,
You're
great
not-
show,
you're not-
Fred, as always.
You're not bringing your husband, are you?
No husband.
Okay, then that's good.
Very well.
I don't want him hitting on me.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
So punching, not hitting. Punching.
Yeah, you're sweating, bud. Anyhow,
Yeah, I know. You've
Anyhow,
been
Bud.
awesome, young
It's
lady.
been
Yeah.
You've been
real
awesome.
Thank you.
yeah, you
Thank
did
you
a
for everything.
you did a terrific job. Yeah, you want to say?
What?
She was thanking you while I was talking. So
Oh, my pleasure. My honor.
yeah, well, what you said about the women, I think was terrific about my wife, and I appreciate that very, very much.
It's the truth.
And you, I definitely want back on the show. I want to start by saying I love the pictures you take. Some of them are just absolutely great action shots. You got 3 greats. Very rare do I give 3 greats out. But great
No.
action shots. You just terrific pictures, and you were very, very good tonight. And I am looking forward to having you back on again. So I'm going to say
Thank you.
goodbye to everybody, and thank you
so
one
much.
more time for being on here tonight, young lady.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much. Thank you
I
very
greatly
much.
appreciate you. I love you all. Thank you. Good night, Sharon.
Well, good
We
night,
love
then.
you.
We love you.
Love you too, babe. You take it easy.
I
Bye
will.
bye now.
Good night.
Bond chick. Oh my God. How long have I waited to have her on? Holy scamoles. I've waited a long time to have that lady on, bud.
I'm
What do you think
coming
of-
off of cloud 9. Yeah, coming off
It is.
cloud
It
9.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even on my chair. I'm still
floating
floating
back
over
there.
here, buddy. I'm still floating.
Yeah, it's good to see the chicks out there like that. It really is.
It is. But I appreciate so much you coming on tonight to
For
being on with
sure.
the ladies. I think
Had a
that is so
blast.
cool.
Had a blast. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I love you, man. You know that.
Oh, I love you too, dude. And
Yep,
that little
so-
lady next to
Both
you.
of you.
Give
Yeah,
her a
there you
big
go.
hug. Give her a
Well,
big
hang
hug
on a
for me.
second, and I'll pull you back up in the green room in a minute.
Okay. All right.
All right. All right, everybody. It's Mr. Bud Orr. So I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. You guys, my audience, I cannot thank my audience enough. Look what Mark said. Sherry's the best.
Aw. And Mark is
I know he's a great guy.
good
Yeah.
promoter. What he's done with those kids.
Oh, it's terrific. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I brag him up enough. You don't have to brag him up. I handle it.
Well,
I handle it. I said,
I
I'll
think he's the
handle it.
number one coach for
Oh,
the kids.
He is. Oh, yeah. Him and Michael Beard.
Yes.
Top of the line.
Even Michael.
Yep, absolutely. So, all right, everybody. Again, I appreciate so much you guys watching tonight. I want to thank again the ladies for being on here tonight. They were absolutely terrific. And as always, Bud Orr, I can never say enough about that guy. He is he's just an extremely special person to me, and he will be to my dying day. That's for sure. So, everybody out there, remember next week I'm having Eugene on from Behind the Mask. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait to talk to this guy. So until next Tuesday evening, 7:00 Pacific time on Facebook, on Flagpole Productions, please play hard, play safe, play fair. Get out there and play paintball, huh? All right, everybody.